Okay, hi everyone. Okay, I think we're just about ready to get started. Okay, now can everybody hear me? Okay, if anyone is having any difficulty hearing me, please let me know by typing something into the chat box. The chat box or the question box is very close to the bottom of the screen, so if anyone is having trouble hearing me, please let me know. Okay, great. So my name is Julie Kennard, and I'm down here in sunny Florida. Now, where are you all from? Okay. Well, I see someone from New York, someone from California. Gosh, I see somebody from Europe and someone from the Middle East, and there seem to be people from all over the place. So hello to you all. Okay, well, my husband and I have been fully automated traders for 11 years. On this webinar, I'm going to share with you how you can quickly find and select winning automated trading systems that can make you thousands of dollars. Now, here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to show you where you can find a great automated system, and I'm going to show you how to separate the good trading systems from the bad ones. In addition to talking about where to find good systems, we're going to talk about the advantages of automated trading and what an automated trading system can do for you. Then we're going to talk about identifying the pitfalls so you can avoid them. We're also going to talk about the real key to success with automated trading. And finally, we'll talk about how to evaluate the risks and rewards of trading systems so you'll be able to select winning systems and avoid risky ones. At the end, I'll also show you how you can make this process quite simple. And we'll make sure to leave some time for questions at the end. So, with that in mind, let me start with a promise. By the end of this webinar, I promise you will discover the key to making consistent profits with automated trading, and you will know how to avoid losing money. You'll be able to start doing your own automated trading in 14 days or less if you want to. I know this is a bold promise, so let me explain why I can deliver. My husband, Mark, and I have been successful automated traders since 2001. Mark is an expert option trader who won a real money options trading contest for 3 consecutive years. Until 2000, I ran a private family investment fund trading primarily tech stocks. Most of us know what tech stocks did from 1998 to 2000. They went to the moon and then crashed back down to Earth. We made a small fortune in the run-up, and then we watched most of it disappear. After losing most of our wealth in the tech stock crash of 2000, we lost our taste for long-term investing. We were determined to find a way to trade without overnight risk and without exposure to insane markets. Before our tech stock investing days, Mark was a senior software engineer at IBM. After the tech stock crash, we decided to use his technical expertise to create a fully automated system that would trade stocks during the day and hold no overnight positions. This was quite a feat in 2001 since brokers didn't make it easy for the computers of small traders to connect with them back then. But we did it, and by October of 2001, we finally started testing our new automated trading system. Once we got the settings right, it started acting like a cash register. We set it up to make different noises for losing trades and winning trades. The winning noise is a happy sound, and let me tell you, on active days when our system makes a lot of trades, it sounds like popcorn popping. I'm telling you this so you'll understand why I can help you find a cash register. This is what the main screen of our automated trading software looks like. We went into production trading in October of 2001 with $61,000. And over the following 8 years, we turned that $61,000 into $5 million. Here's a graph showing our profits over the years compared to the S&P 500. Now, I know that $61,000 may seem like a lot of money, but it was all borrowed. At that time, our home was in foreclosure, and we were able to save it using the money we made with our trading system within a few months of starting. Just to put our profits in perspective, if we had started with just $6,100, that investment would have produced profits of $500,000, and likewise, just $610 would have produced profits of $50,000. In 2011, Advanced Trading Magazine published an interview with me in their Gold Book, and in 2011 and 12, we were asked to speak at a number of trading conferences. Here we are answering questions after our presentation at TradeTech West in San Francisco. But what you are probably most interested in is whether it's possible for you to make money from automated trading. Can you run an auto trading system and make money from it, even if you're new to trading, and even if you know nothing about programming a computer? The answer is definitely yes. Today's technology is far beyond where it was when we started. Now, there are thousands of commercially available automated trading systems, including really good ones. Now, isn't that cool? We didn't have that opportunity when we started. We had to create our own. However, it's also true that finding an automated system that makes hundreds or thousands of dollars a month while protecting your capital is like a treasure hunt. That's where I come in, because my job is to teach you to be a good treasure hunter. Again, I'm going to show you where to look for winning systems, and I'm going to show you how to separate the good systems from the bad ones. During our years of automated trading, we've traded from some pretty cool places. Here we are trading from a hot air balloon. Mark is starting our software while he helps get the balloon off the ground, and I'm holding the computer. I really don't like this picture because I look like I'm half asleep. Actually, I am half asleep, since it's about 6:30 a.m. where we are. In a few minutes, we'll be hovering over the vineyards of Sonoma County. In the picture to the right, we're trading from a restaurant in Belgium. You can see our automated trading software up on Mark's screen behind him. It's making money for us while we're having dinner. In fact, I'll blow up the shot of Mark's computer screen so you can see it. So, these are some of our trading venues. Yes, it is possible to have your computer make money for you while you fly around in a hot air balloon or have dinner in Europe. What do you think? Would you like that? Well, great. I'm seeing a lot of yeses here. Now, another perk of automated trading is that you get to work with really nice people. Here's Mark with one of our favorite trading partners, Poco. And here's our other favorite trading partner, Cello. I have to say, though, Cello has been trying and trying to learn how to run our automated trading software without much luck. So, when I say anyone can be successful with automated trading, I have to admit there are a few exceptions. Now, I'd like to get an idea of your backgrounds. Have you ever done automated trading? Please type yes or no into the answer box. Okay. Well, I see a few of you have done some automated trading, but it looks like most of you have not. Okay. Looks like about half and half, actually. All right, so let me ask you if you're a discretionary trader. So who here is a discretionary trader? Okay, well, again, it looks like we have some discretionary traders and some people who just haven't traded. All right, so for those of you who have never traded before, I'm going to try to use simple language and define the trading terminology I use. Let me give you an idea of what's possible with automated trading using commercial systems you can find online. As an example, we have one friend in Florida who's made $17,491 with one trading system in the past 10 months and $16,478 with another system in the past 2.5 months. Both of these systems are still churning out consistent profits for her. Imagine looking forward to every business day as we do and being disappointed when the market is closed for a holiday, Great systems like these ones that our friend uses are out there. You just have to know how to find them and how to evaluate them. In fact, many people make thousands of dollars per month with automated trading systems in the stock market, the futures market, and the foreign exchange or forex market. However, somewhere between 70% and 95% of all traders lose money, and you would probably be amazed at the number of traders whose lack of knowledge results in their losing their entire account. My goal is to keep you from falling into the 70% to 95% of traders who lose money. With a little bit of knowledge, you can belong to the group of traders who make money consistently, year after year. I can teach you everything you need to know to identify winning systems that can do this for you. Once you get the hang of it, treasure hunting for good, safe systems is a lot of fun. Many people think you have to have a lot of money to make any real money trading. But in the Forex markets, for example, you can start with less than $1,000 and even sometimes with just $100. The key is to choose a safe trading system so you can build your account up and not take too much risk with your money. This is what we're going to talk about, and it's what I'm going to help you with. A lot of people think that Forex trading is super risky, and that's true if you don't know the keys to success. There is a way to find out and to trade automated Forex systems without taking too much risk. Again, I can help you with this. So, what's the knowledge you need to be successful? Well, the secret to protecting yourself from loss and to making a lot of money with auto trading systems is knowing how to properly evaluate any trading system you look at so you won't get snowed by the hype. Let's talk about this. Critical evaluation is the key to success with automated trading in any market, and it's really not at all hard to do if you know the basics and if you have recipes to use. We've created recipes that anyone can use who can do arithmetic. If you use our recipes, you won't be run over by unethical vendors and preposterous claims. There's no reason why you can't learn our method, go out and find automated systems, choose a winning one, and start trading within 14 days. It's not hard if you know how, and it really is a lot of fun. I want to tell you a story to illustrate why critical evaluation is so important to protecting your money and to making money. A few years ago, Mark went to an investing conference with some friends, Jim and Nancy. The exhibit hall featured an assortment of what we might call shiny objects, trading systems that made wild claims of easy profits. Jim is a dentist, and he's quite a brilliant one at that. In other words, he is no dummy. He had sold 2 very successful dental practices and was experimenting with his own trading. At the show, he got interested in one of these mega-profit auto trading systems. Before Mark could dissuade him, Jim had spent $10,000. Yes, that's $10,000 on this can't-lose trading system. He couldn't see how it could not make a killing with the astronomical returns the vendor was quoting. Jim brought the system home and installed it, excited to start churning out easy profits. Now, I'm going to skip the gory details and just tell you that he was never able to make a dime with that can't-lose system and was out $10,000 when all was said and done. It could have been a lot worse. He could have traded the system until he lost most or all of his account, like many traders do. But on the other hand, we have our friend in Florida, who I told you about before, who has made over $33,000 recently with 2 different auto trading systems that she found online. It's not that she's any smarter than Jim. It's that she knows how to evaluate trading systems. She's a really good treasure hunter, and Jim is a great dentist, but he's not such a good treasure hunter. I'm going to teach you to treasure hunt, and this is a skill you can use to find treasure repeatedly, so stay tuned. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever searched for commercially available auto trading systems, robots, or expert advisors? Please let me know. Okay, well, I'm seeing that some of you have and a lot of you haven't. All right, so I just want to clarify something for any of you who don't already know this. An automated trading system, or an auto trading system, and a trading robot, and an expert advisor are all the same thing. A few years ago, developers of auto trading systems started selling them to the public. This became possible as commercial trading platforms became affordable and widely available. In a more recent development that could be very significant for you, stockbrokers, futures brokers, and forex brokers made auto trading even easier by allowing traders to simply tell the brokers what trading systems they wanted to use in their accounts. See, they fully automated the trading for their customers. But what are the advantages of automated trading? Well, I'm glad you asked. As you might imagine, Mark and I are very enthusiastic about the benefits of auto trading. In the first place, an automated trading system is methodical and lends itself to extensive testing. Therefore, it can be validated. If used properly, automated trading is a much more disciplined and scientific way to trade than discretionary trading. Therefore, a well-validated auto trading system is much more likely to make money than discretionary trading. And auto trading systems make critical evaluation much easier. Here's the second advantage of auto trading. Automated trading systems leverage the experience of expert traders who have already done all the work necessary to become an expert and who have captured their techniques in computer code. It usually takes thousands of hours to learn how to trade well, which is one reason why such a large percentage of traders lose money. If you find the right auto trading system, you don't have to spend thousands of hours learning to trade. You don't even have to spend time watching the market and doing the actual trading unless you want to. So, would you like to have your computer trade for you and make money while you're away at work? Would you like to come home and find a few $100s more in your account than when you left that morning? Okay, well, that's what I thought. A lot of people seem to agree on this. Well, that's what learning how to treasure hunt for good trading systems can do for you. But there are still more advantages of automated trading. Here's an important one. Traders usually lose when overly influenced by their emotions, typically fear and greed. But software is always unemotional and methodical. It never second-guesses itself. Software has never decided to abandon its own system. If you've ever traded yourself, you know that fear can easily cause you to dump your losing position at the worst possible time, just before the market turns around and would have handed you a nice profit. Here's another advantage. Automated trading systems can respond almost instantaneously to the market, while a human trader is much slower. Speed translates into profits, especially in the fast-paced financial markets of 2013. In fact, computers can take advantage of opportunities so fleeting that a human trader could never capture them. Beyond all that, a computer can monitor a lot of different financial instruments at once, and you can trade as many of these as you want to simultaneously. A manual trader, on the other hand, can only monitor a few symbols at best. So, if you find and buy your own automated trading system, you can run it on many different stocks, commodities, or currency pairs and vastly increase its profit potential. Imagine watching your auto trading system racking up the points like a video game, except that the points are actually real dollars. Let me tell you, we know from experience that this is really fun. So should we jump in and learn something about choosing a winning trading system? Good, then here we go. There are 3 different ways to enter the world of automated trading. First, you can buy an automated trading system and run it on your own computer. Secondly, you can subscribe to a trading signal service that will send orders directly to your brokerage account. Or third, you can develop your own automated trading system using a trading system development platform. This is simply software designed especially for developing trading systems. There are advantages and disadvantages to each of these approaches, and everything I'll tell you about evaluating trading systems applies equally to all of them. But here's what's exciting. Subscribing to a trading signal service can make things really easy for you. This is the least time-consuming and most convenient way to do automated trading if you're a novice. Furthermore, there's a way for you to investigate trading signal services that makes it much easier to critically evaluate trading systems. And, as you already know, critical evaluation of trading systems is the key to your success. Now, let me check something. Do you know what a trading signal is? Please enter yes or no in the box. Okay. Well, it seems like some people know that term and others don't. So let's go ahead and define it. A trading signal is an instruction to buy or sell right now. When a trading signal service generates a signal, it's sent to all accounts that subscribe to that trading system, prompting a trade to be made for each of those accounts. What I'm going to tell you next is what makes it possible for you to find a good trading system and start trading in 14 days or less. There are online trading signal marketplaces that aggregate information on many trading systems and provide performance data on each system. Most of these marketplaces have auto trading arrangements with brokers, so subscribers to any of these systems can have the system's trades automatically made in their accounts. Isn't that nifty? Do you see how convenient this is? There's no software to install or configure, and it isn't necessary to monitor the system's trading at all, except when you want to. Now, when you start looking at these signal marketplaces, you'll see all sorts of statistics reported on different systems. Critical evaluation is still the most important part of the picture and is the key to winning instead of losing. And you still have to do that with the data you get from the trading signal marketplaces. However, these sites make evaluation much easier for you. The reason is that the marketplaces compile performance data for you to evaluate. They also act as objective third parties, so you can have confidence in the performance data you get. The ability to evaluate performance data is one of the keys to critical evaluation, and the signal marketplaces really simplify this process. I'll tell you what, let's go to one of these signal marketplaces now so you can get an idea of what they're like. So give me a second here. Okay. All right, so this here is a site called Collective2. They're one of the oldest and largest signal provider marketplaces with systems for the stock market, the futures market, the Forex market, and the options market. Collective2 provides access to thousands of systems. Now, let's click up here on Find a System, okay, and then on the grid. Okay, now I already have the grid up on another screen, so we don't have to wait for it to load. Now, this is a summary listing of all the systems you can find on Collective2. There's a whole lot of them here, and it keeps going on and on. Now, let us click on this system right here called Make Hay While the Sun Shines, and I also have that page up to make it faster so we don't have to wait for it to load. All right, now, let's find out what kind of hay they're making. Okay, now this page includes all sorts of data about the system. So at the top, we've got this table here of monthly performance results, and under that is a profit graph, and that's a pretty good looking profit graph. Let me tell you why this is a pretty good graph in case it's not already obvious. Needless to say, you want the profit graph to slant upward, showing that the system is accumulating profits over time. Now, in addition to that, the smoother the graph, the better. Most systems that make an above average rate of return are going to have losses along the way that produce visible blips in the graph like this one does. But all in all, this graph is quite smooth. There are dips, but not any extended periods of loss. This graph flattens out over here at the end, but all in all, it's a pretty decent graph. Okay, now let's scroll down to statistics. Okay, here we are. Now, You'll notice that Collective 2 has been tracking the system for 17 months, that's here, and that during this time it has had an annualized return of 75.4%. And that's pretty nice. Now, please note that we can't say yet whether or not this is a safe system to trade since we haven't evaluated it. First appearances can be deceiving, but I at least wanted to give you a feel for the power of the trading signal marketplaces. These are very good places to pan for gold. Now, to critically evaluate the system, you'd have to assess the chance that it will continue making a good return in the future, and that's where I come in. So, did you find that interesting? All right, now, let's keep going here. All right, now let's talk for a minute about purchasing your own trading robot or expert advisor. Okay. While trading signal marketplaces provide the easiest way to begin automated trading, the hardest way is by buying auto trading software, especially Forex robots or expert advisors, and running it yourself. Especially if you're a novice, it's a lot easier to make errors running your own software than subscribing to a trading signal service. However, buying auto trading software and running it on your own computer does give you a lot more flexibility than subscribing to a trading signal service. You have to have the time and inclination to do this right. But if you do, running auto trading software yourself can give you a lot of control over your trading and can be very rewarding. We'll show you how to critically evaluate a Forex robot or expert advisor if you want to use one so you can trade safely. You'll see outrageous hype for some of the systems you encounter, including insane rates of return. When you see, for example, the claim that 94% of the system's trades are profitable, it usually means the system has been erroneously tested to produce fictional results. After you learn all our methods, you'll approach claims like this with laser focus and reject the ones that are fictions. Vendors provide various kinds of performance results for their systems. Let's talk about performance results from real live trading. These are the most reliable results you can get. However, even these can be rigged. Do you know how an unethical trading system developer can trick you into believing he's giving you rock-solid results for a system that can make you a fortune when his results are actually rigged? Would you like me to tell you? Good, so here's how. Unethical system developers will run a system many different ways with many different settings in many different live trading accounts. Let's say only one account out of 10 makes money and the other 9 accounts lose money. The developer cherry picks the account that won and ignores the 9 losing accounts. He reports only the results for the winning account and never mentions the existence of the other accounts. You will now hear all about how the system makes a whopping 20% per month, proven with statements from a real account, and how the system will make you rich. The problem is that it's a complete crapshoot. There's probably a 10% chance that your account with that software and those settings will make money, and a 90% chance that it will lose money, just like the developer's 9 losing accounts. Just knowing that one trick of shysters can save you from big losses. This is one thing, by the way, that the trading signal marketplaces protect you against. They can't be fooled with this trick because the developer doesn't have the benefit of hindsight when he chooses which live trading account will be monitored by a signal marketplace. There are a lot of issues you have to know about to make sure a developer can't snow you. Not knowing whether the performance data being given is fact or fiction is one of the reasons many traders fail with automated trading. But there's no reason for this to happen to you because I'll make sure you know how to pan for gold and how to detect fool's gold. It's not hard to evaluate a system's results if you know what to look for, and I'll make sure you do know what to look for. Now, I'm curious. Please tell me if you've ever made money or lost money with a Forex trading robot or expert advisor, or with any auto trading system for that matter. Okay. Well, it looks like there aren't a whole lot of people here who have made money with auto trading systems. So let's try to rectify that. Let me tell you about one kind of fool's gold you don't want to be fooled by. This is something you have to know about if you ever consider buying a Forex robot or expert advisor. The trading system platform, MetaTrader 4, that most of these systems run on, cannot accurately test systems that target small profits without a whole lot of extra work. And all of that extra work is rarely done. I will tell you what you have to do if you want to do this kind of testing yourself. But in the meantime, avoid any Forex robot that runs what's called a scalping system. Scalping is a style of trading that uses very short trade durations and that goes after very small profits. The majority of Forex scalping systems have not been properly tested. In fact, they are often tested by developers who are either unscrupulous or lacking in knowledge. This kind of rinky-dink testing, whether by ignorance or design, generates big paper profits. The problem is that these profits are a product of erroneous testing. They're fictions. The bottom line is that unless you learn how to do this testing yourself, which I can help you with, and in fact do it yourself, you should avoid scalping systems. The purpose of telling you about these various landmines is to make sure you don't step on any of them, not to make auto trading seem dangerous. It's not dangerous if you know what you're doing. And again, my role is to make sure you do know what you're doing. Okay, so are you enjoying this information so far? Okay, great. Now, today's treasure hunts don't necessarily use picks and shovels. They use logic and research and critical evaluation to find the hidden treasure. So the treasure map I'm showing you here is a conceptual one, which sketches out the evaluation process. We've developed an evaluation method I want to share with you called the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt System. It reduces the evaluation process to a simplicity. This is not to say it doesn't involve work, because it does, but it's a step-by-step recipe. If you passed 7th grade math, you can follow our recipe. Going through this procedure will tell you which systems are really fool's gold and which systems are the real treasure. If you'd like, I can demonstrate an example of using our system to show you how easy the process is. Would you like me to do that? Oh, okay, great. So I'm seeing a lot of yeses, so let's get going. Okay, now, this is the first page of the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook. It's 11 pages long, not counting a couple of supplemental worksheets. Now, that might sound like a lot, but most of it is simply a matter of compiling data you can find easily online. The workbook guides the user through the process step by step. It does require some calculation, but, as I said, all the calculations use only simple arithmetic. It also asks a number of questions about each system that are important to determining whether the system's results are valid and whether the profits made by the system are worth the risk. The workbook compiles all the important data about each system in one place. Now, the workbook I'm showing you here is a version for systems with performance data from real trading. There are 2 other versions for systems that provide you with other kinds of performance data. I've completed this workbook for a futures system I evaluated. It trades the E-mini contract, which is a futures contract based on the S&P 500 stock index. I found the system at one of the Signal marketplace sites. So let's take a look at it and find out how good or bad it is and whether it's safe enough to trade. This system made $18,294 in 22 months of trading after subtracting all costs with a starting investment of $7,500. As I mentioned before, Forex systems can sometimes be traded with less than $1,000 or even with merely $100, so don't worry if you don't have $7,500 to trade with. Okay, Let's find out whether the system is likely to continue producing profits like this in the future, or whether it's just as likely to blow up and lose a lot of money in the future. There's too much material in these 11 pages for me to show you the whole evaluation process right here on this webinar, but I do want to show you enough highlights for you to get a good idea of how the process works. Let's take a look at page 3 of the workbook. Note item 4, how many trades are included in the reported data. Okay, let me highlight that for you. Okay, so that's right here. And you'll see that the data I've evaluated contains 276 trades. I got this information from the website of the Signal Marketplace that provides the system. Now, you need to have at least 30 trades for an adequate evaluation. And 276 is a good number, and this will give us more confidence in our conclusions about the system. Now, please note item 7 at the bottom, that's down here. What is the time period spanned by the system's test data? This system started trading on September 26, 2008, which was right in the middle of the financial crisis. A little more than 1 month after the Signal Marketplace began tracking this system, the S&P 500 market reached its point of highest volatility in at least the past 15 years. Volatility just means turmoil. The market was really nuts during the last half of 2008. It's a very good sign if a system can withstand that kind of craziness without losing money. In fact, here's a chart of the S&P 500. Okay, 1 second. Got to get rid of my spotlight here. All right. So here's the S&P 500. Now, the first vertical line on the chart shows, that's over here, and this shows where our performance data for the system begins. The steep yellow hill at the bottom peaks at the highest point of volatility in recent history. And you can see that steep peak down here. This is important because we can look at how the system did during this period of very high volatility. Let's go to page 6 of the workbook to check it out. Now, this page lists performance data for the system for each month of trading. Again, I've pulled these numbers right off the Signal provider's website. I've highlighted the profit and loss results for September 2008 in green. That's right up here. Okay. In September, the system made $5,825. Then, for the last quarter of 2008, it made $5,130. So this system actually performed very well during the financial crisis. This gives us a lot of confidence that if we hit really rocky markets in the future, the high volatility is unlikely to blow the system up. Now, I want to show you one of the ways we evaluate risk. This is really important because your assessment of risk tells you how likely the system is to make similar profits in the future to what it made in the tested period. You need to assess how much risk you have to take to make profits of that magnitude. Without assessing risk, you really don't know if you're more likely to make money or lose money. But first, there's a concept you have to understand. Do you know what drawdown means? Okay, let's define it. A drawdown is simply a decline in the value of your account. It's measured from a high point of account value to a subsequent low point of account value. All trading systems have drawdowns. Only an omniscient being could design a trading system that never has a drawdown. So the real question is this: how big are the drawdowns that you have to suffer through in order to make a certain amount of profit? The size of the maximum drawdown suffered by your system during the period tested is the most basic measure of risk. Again, this is very important. We never want to focus only on profits. We always want to determine the maximum drawdown suffered in order to earn those profits. The Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook gives 3 simple formulas for evaluating any trading system. These make it easy to assess whether a system is likely to make money or lose money in the future. These recipes are best used in combination. Now, professional money managers get really complex about how to evaluate trading systems. They use complicated formulas with fancy statistics and higher mathematics. But since you're probably not a statistician or a mathematician, we provide simple approaches. These recipes use only basic arithmetic and are easy for anyone to apply. Fortunately, they're all you really need. So, we're going to take the basic measure of risk, the maximum drawdown this trading system experienced, and look at it in relation to the profit earned by the system. Let's look at the bottom of page 8, where we calculate what is called the reward-to-risk ratio. The formula for this is very straightforward. The reward-to-risk ratio equals the net profit divided by the maximum drawdown. This basic formula evaluates the risk of the system as represented by the maximum drawdown in relation to the system's net profit. It's best to have a reward-to-risk ratio of at least 3. That gives enough profit to compensate for the risk. So, let's take a look at the system we're evaluating here. Again, I've highlighted the key numbers in green. As I mentioned, this system has made $18,294 during the time it's been tracked, and the maximum drawdown you would have had experienced had you been trading it has been $4,102. That's right down here. All right, one way to look at this is that if you had been trading the system, you would have experienced $4,102 of risk to earn $18,294 of profit. Let's calculate the reward-to-risk ratio. Again, this calculation is highlighted in green at the bottom of the page down here. Okay. We divide the profit, $18,294, by the max drawdown, $4,102, to get a reward-to-risk ratio of 4.46. This is well above our suggested threshold of 3.0. Now, before we continue, does this make sense to everyone? I want to make sure you're following this. Okay. Okay, well, good. As far as I can tell, everyone seems to be following, so let's continue. All right, there's a more sophisticated metric called the risk-adjusted return that should be used together with the reward-to-risk ratio, as I mentioned earlier. The formula for risk-adjusted return also uses only simple arithmetic, but it requires some additional explanations that are a little too involved to get into in this webinar. Believe me, the calculations are also very simple, and they're on the next page of the workbook, as you can see here. The result, again, is highlighted in green, close to the top of the page, and that's up here. All right, so the risk-adjusted return is a way of adjusting the risk this system makes for, adjusting the return the system makes for the risk it has to take to make it. The risk-adjusted return for the system is 90.69%, and that's very good. So the system still looks very attractive. In most cases, the higher the rate of return, the larger the drawdowns. Here at the top of the next page, you can see the annualized rate of return for the system up here, and it is 127.25%. Now, this is very adequate to compensate for the drawdowns. Okay, well, the exciting thing is that this is just one of many good systems out there. Let me remind you of what the rewards can be for doing all this work. Have you ever had a machine sitting there on your desk or in your broker's office whose sole purpose in life is to make you money? Well, we have, and let me tell you, it is a great feeling. Discover and nurture the machine, and it just might transform your financial life. If you're a good treasure hunter, which includes being a good trading system evaluator, then the profits are there to be made. You just have to follow the recipes to determine which systems are winning ones that can make you a lot of money and which are risky ones that you shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. So, has this information been helpful to you so far? Are you getting the idea that you can become a good trading system treasure hunter? Okay, great. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, and I'm really happy about that. So, would you like to have the exact recipes we use ourselves to evaluate trading systems? We use these recipes to determine whether or not we should trade any particular system with real money. Well, good. I'm seeing a lot of yeses again, so let me show you what I put together for you. I've created a whole program called the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt System that will guide you through the process of evaluating any trading system and finding those systems that will make you money without taking too much risk. The guide covers everything you need to know to keep out of trouble and to find and select winning systems that can make good profits for you. So here's what I'm going to reveal in the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt System. Okay, why it's crucial to analyze a trading system before you buy it or trade with it so you don't risk having your account wiped out. 21 ways to think and act like the world's top traders so you can succeed even if you've never traded successfully before. Where to look for automated trading systems with 7 links to safe marketplaces so you can quickly find the needle in the haystack. The 4 things you must know to safely use Forex robots or expert advisors so you don't step on any landmines. I'm going to show you the 2 major advantages of using a trading signal provider instead of buying auto trading software so you can get started quickly. The 3 kinds of performance results, which is the most reliable, which is the least reliable, and how to critically evaluate all 3 kinds so you can keep your money safe. How to quickly determine if the results advertised for a trading system are due to random chance, testing errors, or the real validity of the trading model so you don't get snowed by misleading hype. You'll also learn what you must know to make sure live trading results are worth the font they're printed in. If you don't know this, you can get duped by a losing system that's made to look like a big winner. The 3 ways forward testing that shows high rates of return can be a complete fiction. You'll want to learn this so you aren't misled. 2 ways back-tested results can be made to look great when the trading system is really a big loser. Understand this so you can reject bad systems. And by the end of the program, you will know 4 points you must assess to know if you can trust the results of the system you're looking at so you can have confidence in your evaluation. The most important measure of risk to know when evaluating a trading system so you can determine if it's safe to trade. 2 simple recipes that make evaluating any trading system easy so you can quickly separate the good systems from the bad ones. When we first started doing automated trading, it was a big change for us since before that we were almost entirely out of money. After we turned our system on, it was a lot of fun to get up every morning and start getting dressed while thinking about how much money we were going to make that day. It's very reassuring to have a source of income that's independent from a job. So imagine again that you leave for work in the morning and get home at the end of the day to find you've made $500 in your trading account while you were gone. Not only that, but you made this money because of your own skill in selecting good trading systems and rejecting risky ones. How much is it worth to learn how to do that? Now, if I were to mentor you personally in our methods, it will cost thousands of dollars. Would it be worth $497 to learn how to find winning, safe trading systems? Well, I'm not charging $497. I'm not even charging $297. I'm offering the complete system today for only $197. But now, I'm going to make that price look ridiculous by throwing in 2 bonuses. The first bonus is probably the most important part of the package. I'm including the complete A to Z Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook, which you can use to evaluate every system you look at so you can quickly determine which will make you money and which are likely to lose you money. This workbook is a critically important tool that will keep you from making costly and potentially catastrophic mistakes. It will help you find systems that can make you a lot of money by guiding you step by step through the process of evaluating any trading system to determine the system's true risk level and profit potential. Unless you're already a successful trader, I would highly recommend that you don't even consider purchasing a trading system or subscribing to a trading signal service or putting any of your capital at risk without following the procedure this workbook will guide you through. As I mentioned, there are 3 versions so you can evaluate systems that provide different kinds of results, and there's also a supplemental 2-page worksheet. And, by the way, even if you're already a successful trader, this workbook will teach you new tricks to protect your trading capital and increase your profits. In addition to the Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook, you'll also get another very valuable bonus. I've been told I'm crazy to offer this one because it will involve a lot of my time, and I may never offer it again. You'll get access to a private consultation webinar in which I'll answer any questions you have about finding and evaluating auto trading systems to help you eliminate any barriers to success. Here's how it works. I want you to go through the whole guide and then find some trading systems and run through the workbook with them. While you're doing this, I want you to keep track of any questions you have and email them to me. Then we'll get together again in approximately 4 weeks and I'll answer all your questions. If you think you might need personal help making auto trading work for you, this is your chance. I'll be there to make sure you're choosing a good system. I think you'll be extremely happy with this package, but if not, it does come with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, to recap what you get, I'm going to show you why it's crucial to analyze a trading system before you buy it or trade with it, so you don't risk having your account wiped out. 21 ways to think and act like the world's top traders so you can succeed even if you've never traded successfully before. Where to look for automated trading systems with 7 links to safe marketplaces so you can quickly find the needle in the haystack. The 4 things you must know to safely use Forex robots or expert advisors so you don't step on any landmines. To get started, just go to myautomatedtrading.com. You're going to find out the 2 major advantages of using a trading signal provider instead of buying auto trading software so you can get started quickly. The 3 kinds of performance results, which is the most reliable, which is the least reliable, and how to critically evaluate all 3 kinds so you can keep your money safe. How to quickly determine if the results advertised for a trading system are due to random chance, testing errors, or the real validity of the trading model so you don't get snowed by misleading hype. You're going to learn what you must know to make sure live trading results are worth the font they're printed in. If you don't know this, you can get duped by a losing system that's made to look like a big winner. The 3 ways forward testing that shows high rates of return can be a complete fiction. You'll want to learn this so you aren't misled. 2 ways back-tested results can be made to look great when the trading system is really a big loser. Understand this so you can reject bad systems. Again, here's where to go to get started right now, myautomatedtrading.com. You'll also discover 4 points you must assess to know if you can trust the results of the system you're looking at so you can have confidence in your evaluation. The most important measure of risk to know when evaluating a trading system so you can determine if it's safe to trade. 2 simple recipes that make evaluating any trading system easy so you can quickly separate the good systems from the bad ones. And you'll get 2 valuable bonuses. The first is the complete A to Z Auto Trading Treasure Hunt Workbook, which you can use to evaluate every system you look at so you can quickly determine which will make you money and which are likely to lose you money. And a private consultation webinar in which I'll answer any questions you have about finding and evaluating auto trading systems to help you eliminate any barriers to success. Again, we'll get together in around 4 weeks after you've gotten familiar with the system and gone through the workbook, then put together your questions and email them to me. If you think you might need personal help to make auto trading work for you, this is a great opportunity. Here's the link where you could go to get started right now, myautomatedtrading.com. Okay, I'm going to open it up to Q&A. And by the way, there are quite a number of people on this webinar, so if I miss your question, don't worry. The system will record it and I'll email you a reply. Okay, so if you do have a question, just type it into the chat box. Okay, I see someone has a question here. Let's see here. Okay, well, here's the first question I've got. How do you get performance data? Okay, each system should have performance data available either on a signal provider website or on the system developer's own website. There's also a site called myfxbook.com which compiles performance data on Forex systems. So, you go to the site that provides the performance data and copy it from there. Some signal marketplaces give you the ability to download the results into a CSV file so you can load them into Excel. Our workbooks require the date, the profit and loss, and the size of the trade. Any trading system that doesn't provide this information really isn't worth considering. Okay, let's see. All right, here's another question. Do you do the analysis with daily performance data? Yes, you can analyze any trading system using daily performance data. However, if a system provides historical data for a long period of time, for example, for more than a year, then you may want to use weekly data. And if a system provider provides data for many years, then you may want to use either monthly or quarterly data. This is fine, and if you're doing manual calculations, then using a higher time frame like this makes the process easier. However, it's always better to use data with a higher resolution, that is daily as opposed to weekly, monthly, or quarterly if you can. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay. How do you calculate the maximum drawdown? All right, well, to calculate the max drawdown, you find the highest high of your account equity and the lowest low that occurs after that high until a new high is reached. By the way, the book gives examples of how to find the maximum drawdown. One thing I should mention is that what I just said assumes that you've not added capital or taken capital out of your account. If you've added to or subtracted from your account capital, then you have to make adjustments to determine the change in equity due to your trading. And all of this should be pretty obvious from the data you receive from the signal provider or from the system provider if you're buying software. Okay. Okay, here's another question. Don't you just want to pick a system with the highest rate of return? Okay, well, the answer to that is actually no, because sometimes a system that has the highest rate of return is actually a very risky system. Okay, there are many components that go into determining this, and they're covered in the book and in the workbooks. The key is that you want to assess the risk you have to take to trade the system in relation to the reward you get for trading the system. This is covered in detail in the book. One thing you should know is that sometimes you can make a lot more money from a system with a lower rate of return than from a system with a much higher rate of return. The reason is that if the system has a low rate of return but also a very low risk, it can be leveraged substantially. If a system has a high rate of return but also a high risk, then you can't leverage it. Or you can leverage it much less than you can leverage a low-risk system. So because of the leverage you can safely use with a low-risk system, sometimes you can use a system with a low rate of return to generate much more profit than a system with a high rate of return. Okay, do we have any more questions here? All right, here's one. How exactly does the private consultation webinar work? Well, we set up these private consultation webinars approximately once a month. We'll notify you by email when the next webinar is going to be held. If you're unable to attend it for any reason, then you can attend any other private consultation webinar instead. Until you attend your private consultation webinar, we ask you to write down any questions you have or any problems or confusions you run into and email them to me. Ideally, you would find some systems to evaluate and go through the workbook with them and keep track of any questions you have while you're doing this. We'll then address all of your questions after you email them to me during the private consultation webinar. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, okay, here's another one. Does this method work better for some kinds of trading than for other kinds? No, our methods work equally well for any kind of trading, whether the trading instrument is stocks, futures contracts, forex, currency pairs, or options. Of course, there are some differences in the calculations for each kind of financial instrument, such as the units. Stocks, of course, are traded in shares. Futures and options are traded in contracts, and currency pairs are traded in lots, mini lots, or micro lots. So the calculations differ to that extent, but all the concepts and formulas are otherwise the same for trading in any financial market. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, well, someone wants to know what email address should we use for you? Okay, well, you should use julie@myautomatedtrading.com. Okay, let's see, do we have any other questions? Anybody else? Okay, going once, going twice. All right, if anyone else has a question, let me know. Okay, well, I don't see any more questions for now. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email me at julie@myautomatedtrading.com. And hopefully I'll see you soon, and we'll all be making a lot of money. Okay, so that's it for now, and hope to talk to you very soon.